Okay, today's session is going to be a very comfy session for me. While I am resting up from spending a lot of time outside in very humid weather and very moist weather outside. Blame Japanese Tsuyu for that one. And it's probably likely going to keep going like that, so if the next couple of videos maybe coming up will have more of my PNG tuber coming out then, that is the reason why, just I sometimes feel a bit too icky after coming home from work in very humid weather, and I don't have quite enough time to get myself ready and comfortable, so that's probably why we're going to be seeing a bit more of the PNG tuber, very potentially, so if that's what we end up seeing, then you have your reason why. But nonetheless, I welcome you back, everyone. We're gonna do some more Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve today. Timing well with the music there. Welcome to everyone in the Twitch stream currently watching this right now. Welcome to you in YouTube land as well, if you are catching this after we have made the highlight of it. Welcome to the next video, or if this is your first video, a brand spanking new welcome to you all. And hopefully, we give you a good time today. If you do like what you see, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. If you want to even subscribe and hit the bell too, that would be doubly, superly, and ultra awesomely helpful. And yeah, you can tune in for all the future stuff that we've got coming up in this series and more. Not forgetting that this is part of my big Ace Attorney chronology series. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of it for the foreseeable. All the games in timeline order, not by release order, by timeline order, which is why we are starting with the Great Ace Attorney duology. And speaking of where we left off, we're going to hip in. We're going to hip hop him. And continue where we left off here. We were about to have a mosey about back in Mr. and Mrs. Garydeb's room. So we wrapped up on the first period of spending time in the Old Bailey for the trial period, where many things happened there. We found out that our potential poisoning victim was actually not fatally so poisoned. Came in and testified and such then. And then we started to dig up some dirt on him. Or rather, maybe our guy dropped the soap, shall we say, on this one here. Because we found out that maybe he's being our potential victim was a bit of an unscrupulous fellow himself. We found out that he was siphoning free gas from the companies by using fake ice coins in the machine. To do so, but we eventually managed to figure it out that, at one point, he didn't make it with ice water. He actually used some tea, to make coins from, and that was a confusing time to, get that through. But in light of these new sort of findings, we got told that maybe there's some time to do some more investigating out there, so we have a break until the trial resumes the following day. So we've been moseying about, talking to our dear friends and our dear interviewees and witnesses and whatnot, picking up some more clues and valuable informations. As we will do and continue to do so here as we go on the 22nd of February in Mr. and Mrs. Garydeb's room. And that is Moonface himself. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garydeb. Right, bully business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally. Fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not to try to miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a whole thing of like our client, Mr. Soseki, bless his soul, thinks the place is haunted, but we gotta try and figure that out. Because apparently that haunting is how he claims very nearly to have met his maker a few times, so this will be interesting to find out. Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings, or some such. Ah. Well, at least he knows. It makes you wonder what the place is going on, don't you know? Oh, doy. And we got both of them here. We got our lovely friend Susato and our goodest of boys, Herlock. I love these two.
Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago, You were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. I see. Yeah, your missus is currently doing time herself related to that thing you were talking about. And then he looks at his face on! And as I said many a times, he turns into the Head from Art Attack, if you know what I'm talking about. Hello, it's me, the Head! So what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? What's indeed? First, I want to have a look around your lovely lodging, because maybe other people have comments to make, if I can make any more comments about anything else. None of them... Is it literally saying I can't look at anything else because I have already? The fireplace, there's nothing in there. We already talked about the books and all the things back there. His uniform. No, alright, yeah, we've, examined literally everything. I guess we're talking to him. Let's do it. Talk about your lodgings, then. Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor, chap of questionable character, eh? Hey, maybe it's to vet your people a bit more. Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that body curse. The convict's curse, you mean? Oh yeah, that was explained to us. Yeah, the curse is all about a previous tenant who was a crim himself, got put away, or got found out and got put away, but then met a demise while he was put away, and then for some reason his ghost is apparently coming back into one of the rooms in this place to do the haunting, to do the good. Ooh! You know, when we go in and be like, okay, gang, let's split up and look for clues. So the convict's curse. Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here. Then the next chap in the room goes and kills over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside on the street. Not to mention the actor yesterday. Bye-bye, next day. Ah, well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspear, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still. Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury. I'm not so sure about that, but I mean, each to their own. Different flings for different things, for different peeps. Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either. But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps appear. Yes, never hurts to keep an eye out on things, in case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you've had your mishap already, sir. Oh, that's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips. Say it, don't spray it. My word. You're right, but you shouldn't say it. Like, my god. No, wait, sorry, I need to keep going. Talk about your lodgers, rather than your lodgings. You have a questionable character, eh? Yeah, you're repeating yourself. That's only for that, Mr. Garrideb.
That's right. Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
He is undeniably peculiar, however. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away? Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for the place with a background, as it were. I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamspear been lodging under your roof?
That failed actor chap? Let me see. Ah, of course! Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite short of it. Huh, only 3 months. He's quite near here then, too. And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garrideb, if I might ask? If he may ask. Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens. Selden? Oh, the convict, you mean? Do Sheldon? Yes, that's right. Do Selden and Shamspear have some kind of connection, then? We digging more dirt on our Shamvesperian? Let's go for it. That convict chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see? Some malady or other.
Oh yes, we've seen a report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days after that the tragedian tragedian? I'm gonna say that. Tragedian showed his face. The actor fellow. Really? Yes, I remember it quite distinctly. Ooh, it's flashback time. And I get to do this voice. 'Tis small, this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspear, do decide to take thy room on the middle floor, offered erewhile for rent. Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have lodged on the middle floor. Ground floor room vacant though. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee. Those girls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing. Very well, we have an accord. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Rywall. Shamspear dance to celebrate. You can poorly well stop that now. Rather terribly freaking me out. From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent too. Yes, the fellow was a bully player, all right. Oh, Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garrideb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. How many is it gonna be? Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Okay, for real, what's happened to you? Like, I get you've usually been this way since we've ever come to know you, but what gives now? This is a special Godfrey. Shakespeare, my dear fellow! One of his most famous lines! I wish to divulge my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines, then. It was not going to be a kitty cat about it. Right, that's all the information we get out of Garrideb. Ooh! I reckon you're gonna have maybe a thing to say when we show you this particular photograph. Let's see if he jogs his memory a bit. Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Because every time I do, it makes me laugh. Is that your son who's with you there? No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name. Duncan Ross. A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really. Just for kicks. And the exposure! My god, you didn't pay him. How could he? There's loads of cheapskates in London.
Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Moustache was waiting for, one might say. Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap. Would you mind telling us a little more about him? Oh no, did poor Duncan not make it? Oh no! Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle room about a year ago after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them. A history of cheap rent, maybe, yeah. Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month ago now. I hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamp to see what my lodgers were up to at the time. So, sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. The smell of gas had alerted me it was. Oh yes, synonymous with the smell of death. I called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all body collapsed. Because of the gas? Yes, room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed. So, Mr. Ross suffocated to death. Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it saved me back to have the lodge replaced all over the house. But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night whilst he's asleep in bed. Well, that's the bully curse! The convict's curse! I've done my duty as landlord now! Oh, somebody's feeling defensive. That reminds me, actually. Yeah? About young Duncan. The night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady. Oh my god, 3 guesses who that is, actually. Duncan had it, had a bit of a fling thing with, our dear Miss Olive Green, potentially. Oh no! So Logita was there. Oh, that didn't happen too long ago. Oh. Oh, that's the reason why she's all like pensive and such. Like, oh, I get it now. I get it a little bit more. Oh dear.
A love letter, you mean?
Yes. Where did I put it now? Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk. If you'll excuse me, let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
My dear Miss Susato, that is precisely why I preface my reading with, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no!
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I've no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really. I see. That's gonna play on my mind.
But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. I think we should leave well alone.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Or... Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Mr. Sholmes, please! I've already had to chastise you about this once!
My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green.
Ah!
Olive Green? The woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case Soseki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence? Nah, it probably isn't one the same.
Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Otto. Yeah, being a nosy Parker apparently lets you get away with it. Right! I wonder then, do you know, probably we have not been? I don't believe we visited Green's hospital bed for a while, but now we can do so while we have brand new important information. 22nd of February, at St. Bartholomew's Hospital, in the recovery ward. That still has a rat in it after all this time. Don't let Cat know.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
Yeah, this is good news. But hopefully, just before she leaves, I'd like to—
Ah!
What is it? Miss Green! What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back.
One moment. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Oh. Hello, everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. Miss Green? What were you just doing? Nothing. Nothing really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all.
Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's alright.
I don't really have anything else to tell you.
Alright, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. However, me wishes to have a look upon... Not of that, because I wasn't targeting anything. Me wants to have a look at this. This is the bottle that Miss Green was just about to drink from when we arrived.
Yes. She looked rather preoccupied, didn't she?
Perhaps it's very bitter. You know, I can't stand bitter medicine.
I suppose that could be it.
In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once.
Oh no!
Dude, that is kind of irresponsible. Kind of irresponsible. No. You taking medication right now, chat? If you're taking medication, don't be a Yunosuke about it. Please listen to the guidance of your doctors, or your GPs, or your clinicians, or whatever. If they give you medication to take on a regular interval, on a regimen, and only at a certain dosage each time, please follow that doctor's advice. And only if you start to feel like a little bit not too right, or maybe it's not quite working after that dosage, then feel free to go back and talk to your doctors or GPs or clinicians again about maybe changing your medication, changing your brands, or upping the dosage, lowering the dosage, or whatever. Yeah, just don't be a Yunosuke and take literally the entire stuff at once! This has been your helpful TED Talk from Laura, who is not a qualified doctor, but knows when to listen to a doctor, or a GP, or a clinician, about this sort of thing. So, yeah, do not be a Yunosuke about this, chat. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Okay. Well, if you have to take something you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way in one go. Isn't it? Yunosuke, no, it's not! It's so not!
No! No! Oh, dear. And I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about in the moment.
Yeah, very clearly. And then, some kind of a card as well. Okay. Also, I did get an achievement for looking at the bottle there, so I'm like, okay, yay! This is the card Miss Green was looking at so intently before, isn't it?
Mr. Naruhodo, we shouldn't be peeking into a young woman's private effects.
Right. I should say peeking for gentlemen's effects only.
No, you mustn't do that either.
And maybe you, Mrs. Sato, shouldn't be peeking into a young man's mind either. Stop being a psychic about this, my god.
Hello, Double!
Welcome to the stream. If you did just miss the talk we had about how seriously you should follow the regimens if you take medication, you should always follow the advice of your doctors or GPs or clinicians. Again, just gonna remind everybody, do not take your medication all in one go, because, you know, that really can lead to some rather unsavory effects. If you feel like you need to have it changed after following the dosage for a while, then go back to your GPs or doctors, talk about it, and if you can change your brand or change your dosage amount, then that is all well and good. But then also then, always follow your doctor's advice, okay? Just so we know. Yeah, again, rat in the room. And everything else I believe I've had a look at here now. Okay. Right. Well, she won't be too forward about what she was talking about there. We should just like worm our way in, get her sort of lower her guard a bit. I'm on 2 tablets once daily for blood pressure. Yep, keep on that. Keep on that if it's what your doctor told you. Keep on it. So yeah, always good to follow doctor's advice. It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green.
Oh, yes. I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat.
She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Well, I can ease my way in. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to, like, burst that door down then, because... Oh, we didn't have the... Okay, we didn't keep the love letter. I mean, that's fair enough. But maybe we can talk to her about, did you know this person here? Let's see. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Oh, that liquid's ominous. Oh no! I'm so sorry! The bottle of medicine fell down when she did.
Oh, Miss Green, are you alright?
Oh god, we're sending her into shock again. Not again, not like this. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that.
No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter. To you. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan. A year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day.
And the two of you became romantically involved?
Yeah, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why I decided to move into a cheap room. To save money for the wedding.
And that's what led him into Mr. Garadam's.
Yeah. He told me he found the worst, but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened.
We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green.
Well, it's all past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
Judging on the color of the liquid in that bottle, I think she was feeling worse than desperately sad. That's uncomfortable to think about. My goodness. I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. The amount of bad luck the characters of this series go through is unreal, I think.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course. We'll be on our way, Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you were not about to leave? That's quite out of the question! Mr. Sholmes! I didn't realize you were here! Yeah, I didn't see you hanging on the wall like a cat this time. It was very well hidden. But of course I was, my dear fellow! Watching intently from the shadows, as always! Well, make your presence known next time!
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? Please use words I know. I learned English, not Latin, for crying out loud. There is a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. Alright. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
Oh dear! I don't think Cat should eat the rat anymore. And that's confirmed what this is here. This is like full on, you know, the bad stuff. The bad juju, the one that make you go bye-bye, depart from this world. Yeah, this is dark to think about, unfortunately, honestly. Oh no. That mouse seems to be dead, look. I didn't notice it there before, did you?
I think perhaps it dropped the medicine that spilt out of the bottle. But that's... the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
You don't think... Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of the scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Yeah, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before is spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. I think it's clear that the bottle must contain a powerful poison.
Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently.
I'm glad somebody is, because I know Yunosuke would not touch that mouse with a 10-foot pole. He so wouldn't. Miss Green, were you intending to go in the same way as that rodent? To take your own life? Oh my god. It is so Romeo and Juliet way, isn't it? In fact. Oh goodness. The parallel is unreal. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner because, you know, for one of the people in this case involved in it is a freaking Shakespearean actor. Like, this is all there, isn't it? Yeah. Very Romeo and Juliet-esque. Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. Ooh, examine the note again. It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes.
Definitely got R&J undertones. Definitely so, yeah. Because that's what it is in the story, the actual Shakespearean story. As a means to arrange for Romeo and Juliet to be free to elope off away from their respective families, Juliet fakes her death by taking a medicine, like a strong anesthetic medicine that's under the guise of a poison pill or something like that, or a poison drink. And then her family discovers, believes her to be dead, puts her in the mausoleum, and then she'd wake up soon afterwards to then leave, and hopefully with Romeo in tow, so they could elope together and have a happy life away from their families. But of course, Romeo gets there a bit too early, unfortunately, also believes Juliet has died, and is just like, no, I can't live without you. And, yeah. Has brought up, just in case that happened, has also brought along his own very real vat of poison, takes that, and actually passes away. Juliet wakes up from the anesthetic, or the paralysis, or whatever it was, discovers Romeo actually dead. And Romeo also didn't receive the letter explaining the plan. Yeah, that's it as well. Yeah, it never got to him. It never did get to him, so Romeo had no idea, thought Juliet was... Yeah, some kind of letter or some kind of, like, notes or that would have been telegrams back then. Yeah, some kind of a letter or word of mouth didn't quite reach Romeo's, didn't quite reach him about the plan to do this all, so yeah, a terrible mix-up. Thus, Romeo believes Juliet actually dead, brought a poison himself, and thus like, yep, cannot live without you, and takes a poison, goes bleh himself. Juliet wakes up, finds Romeo actually dead, and this this missive comes in, thinking, oh my god, it's all gone horribly wrong. Joe, you know, the missive is distraught with this as well, so he's like, he backs away. He's like, no, I can't stay here. I shall not stay here. And then we know the rest. Yeah, Juliet obviously then cannot live without a Romeo. If not in life, then maybe they have a chance in death, and thus, yeah, Juliet also takes her own life for proper that time. So yeah. The Baz Luhrmann version with Leo DiCaprio was actually quite good. I like how they had John Leguizamo, of all people, as Tybalt in that story as well. You wouldn't think that's back then, because like not so long after that, you know, John Leguizamo being somebody who did Luigi in the live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993, alongside Bob Hoskins, God rest his soul. I wouldn't have thought, like, him would be one of the people to have on board for, you know, taking a Shakespearean story and putting it into movie form. And then not too long after that, I believe he then voiced a computer-animated sloth in the Ice Age. Oh, the man had a career. A good one, though. I like John Leguizamo, actually. But yeah.
Yes. It may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Jones believes is about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
Don't look at ourselves, we must ask you about the thing. Were you about to do the bad S word? In fact, actually, before we have a word with her about that, God, it's auto-playing again, I can't stop this, but what we'll do is we'll take our break here. We usually do an hourly break, if you are unaware, people in the Twitch stream. We will go and have a few minutes away so you can rest yourselves up while we play ads and get rid of the pre-rolls, so that you have uninterrupted viewing of our gameplay today. Of course, if you're watching this in the YouTube land video, do not worry your souls about that. We have cut out all the break times, so you'll be right back to us afterwards, no questions asked. But if you do want to pause the video and have a break, then this will be a good time to do so. And you can come back when you are ready, of course. But yeah, it's time to do an ad break, so we'll run that now. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so welcome back. We are going to do the next section of today's show. Before I do, reminder everybody in Twitchland who didn't know already that this will be up on the YouTube some point later. If you didn't know already, we have a YouTube VOD channel that we are posting to nowadays. This will be ready a week afterwards, so go check it out there with the VOD command. You can check it out there at Lord Petal VOD. If you're watching this in the YouTube VOD currently right now, hey! Maybe you could join in for the Twitch streams as well if you check out the Twitch channel. But nonetheless, I do hope that you're enjoying this video currently still, and yeah, let me know if you'd like to by leaving comments and likes down below. If you want to do even further and subscribe and hit the bell too, we'd appreciate that a bunch as well. You can get notifications about the future uploads coming up as well in this series and all the other ones that are coming up soon. So yeah, thank you so much for the love and support so far. We just hope you're having a pleasant time hanging out with me today. If we are improving your day, then that is awesome. Right. We were just leaving off. We were just about to have Miss Green divulge whether she was actually doing a self-suicide pact with herself for reasons. I think I missed one line just before here from Shom, so we'll start from here. 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way, now everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted.
Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine?
Well, with this being the hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while. So I stuck this out when I wasn't looking.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. It's either deadly poison or extract of llama. This is what we've come to know here. Because like Yzma, this place doesn't label its, the poisons all look alike and they don't necessarily label them too well here. Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green. Don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. No, it's not my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection.
No, none. Yeah, this is dark. This is dark to think about.
And it mayhaps has something to do with that. Also, let's note this down for future evidence, but now we know where this piece of the envelope comes from as well. We know that this was torn off from that envelope right there.
Okay.
Bear that in mind for future use. Excuse me.
Neither the sender's name or address appears to be written on the envelope or the card. In a rebel post at my home the day before the incident that put me in hospital here.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 PM on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute. The 17th? Of this month? Today, the 22nd... Yeah, they were talking about the incident that she got with the knife in her back happening on the 17th, 5 days ago. The dates are adding up. There's layers to this case, my god. That's the day... That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road!
And 5 p.m.
It's precisely the time when the incident occurred. A slug and salad. Yes, a pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road? Being the street that Mr. Garadev's house is on.
Does this mean that... Yeah, I'm sure you guessed. That day, when I was struck in the back with on the knife, I was actually on my way to the slug and salad.
Goodness! So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day?
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything.
Yeah. I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you.
No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please, promise you won't try to do anything like that again. Yeah, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's all this has made me feel.
A happy sort of silver lining at least after all of that freaking darkness. Good! Game knows when to lighten the mood sometimes. Leaving Miss Scream and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigator trail for today. Yeah, it's late. And, Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspear, Mr. Garadev's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway.
I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes. Will they have found strychnine or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear.
Yep, Barak Benson B. Van Zeeks. But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial.
Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end.
Yeah!
That's why I say that.
Yeah!
London. The world's most proper city. Home to some 6 million people, so why can you only get freaking 20 people to apply for the jury every single time? What gives? What gives, game? Anyway, but away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys, and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Shulm said, tomorrow would be a new dawn. For all of us. He said that very peppy and with the confidence. He's like... It's like how Korone once said,
Have confidence!
save a current progress. Yes! Into the slot again. And it's said to be continued right now. The 23rd of February at 9:23 AM in the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, there's only one. Okay. Oh God, hi! Hello, dear friend, the real Soseki Natsume, Japanese author and poet.
This is it then, Mr. Naruto.
Yeah. It's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything.
And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you.
I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato. You're a good bean. Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined! Ah! Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning! Good morning, Locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire! Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! Why would you do that? Why?
Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally. That's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. How profound. Okay. Let's point something out here as well. People, if you want to look up the Wikipedia article for Soseki Natsume, look it up now. And have a look at the first picture that you see next to the page introduction, the opening of the page. It is through that where I have discovered that this pose, that this sprite that Soseki has currently, this is a reference to that photograph of him. Like, my god, I only found this out, like, during last weekend, and it blew my freaking mind. It looks so much like it. I dare you to look it up right now and just have a look at this. And yeah, the parallels are. It's pretty much a spitting image of the photograph that's on his Wikipedia page. So yeah. Oh, such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow, you'll have to forgive me.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
From the day of Emperor Meiji's funeral. Oh, yeah! I gleamed over that detail, but now I remember, yeah, he was, yeah, there and present, wasn't he? Something like that. Oh, that was just an example! Oh, yeah, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you had abandoned me and returned to your beautiful long-lost homeland.
You've not even been in Great Britain a week yet.
Yeah, well, anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. Oh, I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh? What sort of decision? I shall figure win after the trial. Alright.
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
It's a very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again.
The great detective? My arch nemesis! Long may he stay away! If you ask me.
Defendant and your legal representative. The trial's about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere. And I won't let it escape me. I'll let my words escape me. Though, during hiccups as well. Oh god. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all. That's it. Dun 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 dun. 23rd of February at 9:40 a.m. in the Old Bailey courtroom. All rise. Hammer down. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words.
I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right.
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me. And please be as ruthless as you like. Sir, put that dog away. This is not the time for this.
Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the men at all.
Well, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I got my own problems. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today. No. Has something happened between 2 and 3 that I've missed? No idea, actually. I think we'll let it imply something may have happened, just as a bit of a joke. But yeah, I don't know either. Best not to think about it. Now, Lord Van Cheeks, what can you tell us? That I'm certainly not a vampire, even though I'm very vampire-coded. The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday, regarding the defendant's tea. Huh. So he does have the results. I have my wine, if that's what you're asking. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguards in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it. Yeah, that's the tea! That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yard analysed it, and yes, you're right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
Huh? No poison at all?
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear. What a revelation! The tea is off the hook. It can live to steep another day. Just as I suspected. This makes it quite clear. Defendant Mr. Soseki Natsume is blameless here.
Objection! My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Council. What are you getting at? Ah! Please stop throwing your accursed chalices all over the place into my nightstands. That was my. This is how the judge just sounds now in my head now.
Exactly! Unfit for drinking. Just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Oh, goody for me. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Mr. Shamspeare.
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand.
Oh! Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a belly full of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe.
By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given. That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten. Kept all that about the ice coins a tiny secret in you. You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say! Arrest him at once! And let him feel the sting in my tail!
Oh, indeed! By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends. I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure.
If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here?
Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would that a still greater crime passive unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me. Ooh.
Objection! Objection! But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Right. If you can find time to stop bouncing about the shop. Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. I dare say, do spill the tea about this man. The tea inconsistency.
The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that whisked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in this cup to make my coins of ice. Thus 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap.
Right, in Shamspeare's cup rather than his own cup, and he didn't... Apparently he didn't even drink his own tea. That is some rather interesting spilling of the tea.
The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
Are we possibly laying hint to something that you've done in the past, maybe, you naughty man?
Quite. Otherwise it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. Yeah, I know, just ask Kronk. But no poison bottle was found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. Huh? The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. Oh.
I knew that!
By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands. Ah! Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Apparently I have no cause, I have naught to lose.
Well,
I do declare. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord.
Yes. Now, my usual thing to do is just like to say, literally, press on everything, because I like to read lines. And he goes, ooh. No tearing on the inside of Mr. Natsume's car. I'm wondering if I could, like, just point this out anyway. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distracted in our debate, Ned a drop of his own drink past his lips. No tearing in his own cup. Yeah. I would otherwise be very confident to, like, point out its inconsistency immediately. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of... ice. But yeah, again. You used the tea that remained in his cup. But there's no tearing on his cup, so he's drank his tea, you liar. Surely that's it. But what I like to do is I do like to press and say it on the line, so I'm going to do that and just check. Hold it! I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume, is that correct?
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy players. Do I know thee, or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know that thy destiny mingles with mine.
You lost me at the first "the," please. I am Japanese. We only know Shakespeare over here, apparently by a nickname. Just, please. Words. Do you speak them? English, do you speak it, MFer?
Zounds, sir! Thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turns thy hand to lawyering.
My dude, we moved on from Shakespeare like frickin' even many years before even this game. Come on. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture.
Verily, and in truth, 'twas a fine flavoured brew. Though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth.
Listen to Mr. Shakespeare. He seems in better form than he was yesterday.
Either that or I'm in worse form. That fated evening after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good rapport, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. Alright. Hold it! Okay, press again. Hold it! Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea?
To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea? Thou dost describe the actions of a fool.
Quite sure, quite sure.
But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched and parched, would I have the choice.
Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it?
Were it not for the tea, in sooth I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched.
Right. No ice coins means no heating.
The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shakespeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. With the greatest of pleasure, my liege. My vampiric liege. For the love of God, I am not a vampire.
Ned had a drop of his own drink past his lips. Are you sure about that? But we will press first. Hold it! But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim. Drink tea while it's hot.
I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly it was after I had made the coin suffice from his tea. An upset cup was found on a table and the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here.
It's true. There was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about these statements is troubling me.
Yeah, of course. I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it?
No. I'm not sure that's it.
Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guests had left and before you drank your tea. What did indeed he do? I did use tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Okay, then... Hold it! Yeah, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact. Isn't that right?
To cheat or to die. 'Tis life's only choice.
Yeah, you keep thinking that, my guy. Whatever helps you sleep.
Faith, to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse?
No, I don't. And be very sure, sir. Once this trial is over, I, Donald Gas, will take you to court over this. Legal court, legal task.
I shall not run, I shall not hide. Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run nor to hide. But my lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful player?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you. Starting with the shoddy shirt on your back.
It is time for the Shakespeare dance!
Oh, what a harsh world we live in.
The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters with irrelevancy. Consider that a warning, Council. Yes, my lord.
Why am I the only one in trouble here? Because trouble is only for the main character. It's like reserved for him and only him, you know?
Mr. Shamspear, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, you used his tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die? I did make my choice many moons ago.
There's no surprise the poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap. You sure about that? Hold it!
If, having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnared by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind.
The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was the stronger of the two?
Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I have wrestled with the abominable fellow.
Yeah, I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. I mean, didn't you know it's like the new, you know, the new, God, what's the name of it again? It's that category of things that things like judo, kendo, aikido, karate fall into. Just can't remember this. What's his name of that Japanese again? I was about to say Budo, but I think that's grape instead. Oh god, what is it again? I was about to say Bushido again, but that's a different word entirely as well. God, I've forgotten the I've forgotten it, and it's going to eat at my mind until I find out how to say. So, what is the Japanese word for martial arts again? Onisbudo. So it reads the same way as how you read grapes in Japanese, but obviously the kanjis are different. So it was Budo. Well, there we have it.
Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening?
Yeah, that's what's going to be the new Japanese, like, the next best thing in Budo martial arts is debate wrestling. You know, debate sumo, or debate judo, or debate aikido. Something like that.
My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shamspearian wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea, ought I tepid be?
Ah, yes. So very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea.
I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. So it's been proven that there was no poison in Soseki-san's tea. That should be hugely in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today...
It feels as though everyone is against us, Mr. Naruto.
It must be the Reaper's poison.
I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty.
It really feels like we've jumped into the fire here. Right, yeah, so there's no extra bits and bops. I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice, but again... Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to press it again, whoops. But yeah, I think the way I've got to go is... We keep talking about his, with reference to the 2 cups of the tea that were found. One with the tea stain ring. So if I'm led to believe that the completely empty, no tea stain ring cup of tea was Mr. Natsume's, then yeah, he must have drank his tea very quickly, which means that you could not have used the tea that remained in his cup because there was none of it left. Whereas your own cup has had the tea stain in it for quite a while, which means you obviously let your tea sit, and because you said you like your tea tepid, not hot, so that surely is what we've got to press. We've got to get him on. Is that it? I think so. Could not hurt too confident save though, as always. Yeah, I think we get him on the fact that there is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. He drank his tea very, very quickly. Did not leave any in there to steep or stain. So yeah, you can't say that, sir, I don't think.
Objection!
Objection! You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question, and that you used the tea that was left in his cup to make your fake coins. But that's not possible. Evil Troy, welcome to the stream. Hello. How was your day? Welcome in. Oh, that tea is a good idea. How was the game? We're enjoying it! It's been a bit tricky every now and then, but I've managed to survive and get through it, and obviously I love all the character interactions so far. They've been really fun. You're currently sick. Oh no, hopefully nothing too terrible. Plenty of rest is what you need, then go ahead and take it, yeah?
How? Chop logic! What is this, ye darky-clad fiend?
The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible?
What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a very clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Indeed. Such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good Lord, you're right. It's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it?
Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted.
Drink tea while it's hot.
Yes, indeed. That's right. Yes, the jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time.
Ah!
If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well after the several hours of tea was left standing.
But,
In short, Mr. Shamspear, you clearly lied to the courts.
To another
Objection!
Objection!
I don't think Van Zieges is a tea drinker, honestly. I like to think this is probably the information he's trying to convey.
As a rule, I fill my shallow chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
You might want to keep that information to yourself. One, I'm not interested. And there he goes again. He fills it 7 times. He fills a cup 7 times. And destroys his cup about 10 times. That's what I've learned about this man every single trial. Like, God. Good lord.
Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me, and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. And then I chuck the bottle into the gallery.
I've seen that happen quite a few times as well. It's taking people's eyes out. I've had glass shards stuck in people's legs and they've cried out like, "My leg!" Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shakespeare. Yes, my liege? Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused's cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be...
Suddenly, Barak sounds like Shamspear does.
Yes, of course. Could it be that... Yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at its scene. A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Faith, my liege, thou art a magician! For verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes at night. What? Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo! When I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
Objection!
Objection! And you've just suddenly remembered how that you made a mistake now that you made a mistake before? Yeah, that's convenient. Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
Objection! People's memories are imperfect, my dear friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. Ah! But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoilt cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... I'm throwing my cape off now. Ha! The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. No! What does this mean then?
I do declare it means that there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony.
Apart from the bit about thieving gas, obviously.
Ah!
My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips, but the black tea given to me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. Stop picking on the man's arched back, for crying out loud! God, are you just that racist? And on what did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favourites, a broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seem fit to serve as a wicked feast of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another.
Ooh.
Ah! Jurors all, your humble servant Shamspeare doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord! If I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer. By me?
I do declare you may be right.
We all know the waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's been leading us up the garden path, that's what he's been doing. Did I say this? I really never said anything like that. But what we just heard from the victim here has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. But will you now? The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings. What? No! You can't yet! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty!
Yep.
Guilty.
Why?
Guilty!
You're all idiots.
Guilty.
I can't believe this.
Guilty!
Why would you do this?
Guilty!
You can't even hear, you're a deaf old man. I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord. Oh, today. A shimmy, 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 shimmy. I'm a Shemspeare and a shimmy, Shemspeare.
How dare he?
How is this happening? My lord! The defense asserts its right to carry the summation examination. You knew it was coming. Very well. The court upholds the defense's right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
Okay, what prejudices do they have for me today? Let's go find out the contentions of the jurors.
I'm a man of logic, me. And having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
Don't get any ideas, miss. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is.
Gas doesn't come for free! It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes!
Truth be told, the team my wife sews up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else passed the victim's lips at night, there's no other explanation, is there? I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat.
It says somewhat. It's kind of the main theme of their arguments here, dude.
But never mind. No. You really should mind.
The truth is, our counter-argument was as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
Then how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
But that's surely almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Miss Natsume will...
We'll be found guilty. Yeah, I don't like these odds. Frickin' yip-de-doo.
No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
It will be time to do the defense's butt. But after we take a break, I'm sorry to do this to you right now. We are taking it early, I know, but I think that this is actually a pretty decent time to do it. It's a bit earlier. But yeah, while we're here, we can run right back into it and see all of their testimonies back to back to back and get a clear picture then. So that's what we're going to do. Take a break now for people in Twitch stream so you can get up and take care of business as you need to for the next couple of minutes. But if you're watching in YouTube land, there will be no break because we'll have cut it out from the highlight. If you do want to pause the video and have a bit of a break to yourself, that is more than a good idea to do. And you can come back to us and start watching again when you're ready to come back. But for now, we're going to have our break, and I hope to see you back here in a few minutes' time. And hello, welcome back in. I was just talking in the break as well how I think that this is one of the absolute top-tier bangers of this video game. And Kat saying there will be 2 extreme bangers later in the game. I'm looking forward to it then. I like to think that the music of these games is really cool. I've been reading up a little bit about it, like how there's hardly anything in this that's, you know, synthesized or anything like that. This is all, like, very classically orchestrated for this being an old-timey period game, so it really works. I like it. And plus the melodies are just, like, bouncy like this. I love it. But anyway, we're gonna get back into things now. Welcome on back, everyone, in Twitch land or YouTube land right now. If you're in YouTube land watching this, hey, thanks for tuning in for so long. Please remember, if you are enjoying the video, want to see some more in the future, you know what to do if you want to let me know if you enjoy what you see here. Likes and comments down below. Maybe throw a subscription. Maybe hit the bell as well for getting the notifications of all the future uploads coming up on this VOD channel in the future. Maybe come along and join the Twitch streams as well, so you know where to find me. I am Laura Petal on Twitch. Go and see me over there if you'd like. But for now, we have Joris to press in our rebuttal of what they have been saying. There's a lot of thinly veiled prejudices going on in this one about the state of paying for gas around here, but that might be something else entirely. Let's just press them all first, shall we? Hold it! All the evidence, you say? That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with the big mustache. Yes, says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. And I have the brains to actually keep this into my own noggin, rather than blurting things out loud.
Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind.
If only we had that kind of evidence.
Don't worry. This summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
Yeah, let's hope so. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock. Yeah, number one's point was rather very simply put, but also quite hard to break as a result. So there needs to be another thing that we're gonna do. How about number 2? Hold it! This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money?
Because air isn't typically flammable, as far as I'm aware. I mean, you can try it ignite it, but you need like other combustibles in the vicinity for it to work and like that. So yeah, they're not the same thing. The gas in the air and the gas that you use as fuel. I don't think they're the same thing.
It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever.
This isn't time or the place to be ruthless either.
If I might interject here.
Yes, madam. Juror number 4.
It seems my fellow Jonah takes issue with the price of our company charges, for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man! That unkempt moustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas, utterly unforgivable.
Madam!
Madam!
No, Mr. Natsume isn't the person who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go on adding more crimes.
Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It is made up as the price of gas.
So she's been a bit of a slightly thinly veiled xenophobic ditz, let's say. Quite strongly so. And this one I think is just being a pure out ditz about the gas. Hold it! Let's talk about it then. Hold it! Can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time. You take poison? Oh, what I mean is, poison can only poison you. And don't explode, doesn't it?
Oh, goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Oh! Yeah, you're right! I hadn't considered that at all!
Young lawyer man?
Yes?
You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is, I had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Okay. It doesn't come for free. No, it doesn't. It's important that you pay your dues, as unfair as it is. Eventually, we'll break down the capitalist system. Don't worry about it. Hold it! Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? It literally is gas!
There's an all-out attack underway here in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
She's really buzzing now.
All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here, and there is nothing in comparison.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gases is deplorable.
My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam? Pray tell.
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas companies? Oh, not quite what I was expecting. Eventually, Inosuke will get the concept of capitalism.
We generate gas and deliver it to our customers fair and square.
Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company.
But there are others unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the households supplied by those pipes and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing.
So how do you know it's happening if you don't even know?
They're diverting gas to their own pipes illegally? What a brazen form of theft! When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of those devious companies has been up to its tricks.
And then suddenly, oh, you've got a mouth agape. I don't like the look of that mouth, sir. But, what's perked you up, I wonder?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh, golly, you mean me? Yeah, you're the one who just had your mouth just like, oh, just open all the time. Yeah. I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yeah. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see. Go on. An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipework. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. And you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please, tell us. Do enlighten us. Pray tell. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there.
Oh, please. Everyone knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell ya. What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind.
Excuse me.
As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
Yeah, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it?
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you can do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Ah, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe the lights of an adjacent property that has no contact with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
And the trouble is, a particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might. And you can guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean...
That's right. The lights didn't just flicker. They went out. Along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house.
What a disaster!
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard. So the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all, I said?
So, by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like. I don't mind.
Well, I do! That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues and the...
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already. Very well. Juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. It'll come to the fore soon. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. And then you're in real trouble. Right, let's just press and be sure. Hold it.
So when you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors?
Oh, yeah. All floors are connected to the same pipe after all.
That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties.
Well, I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe.
It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
Indeed. It has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers even.
Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too. Very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably and almost leading to someone's death.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes. It's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. Alright, does it? Yeah. Too expensive. Still a bit too much in that for you.
Hold it!
I think I would say literally everyone else's first, just to make sure. Hold it! You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. It's happened a tiny few times now. This is most troubling indeed. It's always days like this when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see? And I see her doing it. My wife. She gets that devilish look on her face and she slips some white powder into my cup. And you drink it anyway? I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it. And what happened to you? What did it taste like? It was god-awful, believe you me, salty as hell.
Oh. Hmm. Ahem.
Then, I think perhaps what your wife put in the tea was salt.
No! So, she don't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable. Let's move on, please. Nothing else past the lips that night, there's no other explanation. I wonder if Shansby had a reason to suddenly start blowing into the pipes for whatever reason. Which then caused a gas leak. We'll have to wait and see. Hold it! Hold it! Does that mean that the victim could be shown to have ingested something else? You change your leaning? Sorry! What's that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night... What's the matter with you? Sorry? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all? I feel there's an English expression about a pot in the kettle that's appropriate here.
Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently.
I suppose. But the trouble is...
He has selective hearing?
Exactly. But still... This juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. Oh, this is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people.
I do think that the only situation we shall overcome this difficult situation
Oh, that the only way?
is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shakespeare was really poisoned. We have to prove that it happened some other way, and not via Mr. Natsume's tea.
Yeah, I know. But the trouble is, I've got absolutely no idea how it did happen.
Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten.
Oh? Like what?
It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something someone else says. If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'd be more than happy to, of course.
Once again, Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. So perhaps I ought to let Susada-san remind me. Then again... Oh, I'll give her a go at it, yeah.
When a particular juror is talking, the other jurors will be listening naturally. Most of the time, when people are speaking themselves, they are careful not to give away any more than they want to. But when they're listening to others speak, they tend to be less guarded.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, if you see people reacting strangely to an unguarded moment, you must pursue them to find out why. Here, take a look at this, Mr. Naruhodo. When you press jurors about their assertions, a marker appears in the center of the screen. By using E and you can move the marker and see how other jurors are reacting to what's being said. And if you find a particular juror seems to be reacting oddly, you can pursue him or her about it. By catching people off guard, you may be able to glean new and potentially useful information.
Yeah! Alright, I've got it! Press, and then if something seems odd, slide the marker with E and to see if one of the other jurors is having an unusual reaction. If so, pursue that juror! I mean, I knew that, but just in case people at home didn't know what this whole mechanic is all about, then that's how it works. Sometimes you can catch people off guard, particularly in like these multiple witness situations. Diana, I feel like that might be just a tad. Very lovely to see you. Love to see you there. How you doing today? We are enjoying being a lawyer in this oldie-timey lawyery video game called Great Attorney. Resolve, it is a fun time. Very, very fun. I hope your day's going well, Medea. So we got this to change. Blow too hard into a gas pipe, you extinguish everything in the house, cause gas to run through, and then you're in real trouble. Maybe he did it, but the... So maybe... It's a bit of a long shot of a theory, I think. But... I'm gonna confidence say first and make sure. But... Maybe for some random reason or other, Shamspear decided to do the technique of blowing into the pipe for some kind of reason. I don't know what. But maybe there was way too much pressure in that pipe. And then maybe he took a mouthful of all the poison, potentially, mayhaps. Because he's a bit of a ditz. And if that's the case... Then... 3 and 6 seem to be the only people that would contradict. Though I could be wrong. I'm gonna give it a go.
Objection!
I was right! I did it. Did not sleep well. Well, I hope it gets better for you soon. These two statements clearly contradict each other. Gracious! To which statements do you refer, counsel? Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said? Eh? What? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other. There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. What? What explanation? I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there were any traces of poison there. I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe, Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Hold it! What a piece of work is a man! What are you trying to say, Mr. Shamspear? What speakest thou, prithee? Is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir! Look, I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. Good lord! It'd be a stretch, but we'll see. Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry, he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him,
Oh, shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection!
Objection. This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. Ah! Don't worry, I have another chalice on standby. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. Barak! For the love of God!
They're expensive!
You literally just poured another one and then threw it away straight away! Barak, what's your deal? Ah, why do I bother? These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say.
Objection!
Objection!
It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamspear put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspear has been doing something in front of that lamp on this wall. Ow, my cheeks! And I have evidence to prove it. Oh! Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. Oh, so would I! Let's see this evidence then. Right, now I've got the jury's ears. I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that time and time again, Mr. Shamspear stood in front of his gas lamp. We've got fingerprints, yo!
Look at all of them there, right where the lamp is as well.
And it's very possible he could have got up on there with a stool. There are plenty of... I think there was like a chair he was sitting on. He could get up on the chair and put his face to that lamp for whatever reason. He could very easily do that, so yeah, this is our proof.
Take that!
Take that! What the... These are... wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that we found at the scene.
Skin Prince Council?
I've never heard of such things.
It's our first use of, like, the fingerprint powder! Ah!
We have moved up in the world of forensic sciencing.
It's all well and good now, yay!
The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It reveals all the places that Mr. Shamspear touched in his room.
But I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mrs. Shamspear also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in this room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there? Oh, indeed. Multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder. Could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of... Oh!
I don't believe it! The gas lamp!
Yeah! Plenty in range for you to take a good huff of the bat stuff. Yes, indeed. Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspear has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. Right. What have you been up to, you nut? I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights of the entire building flicker. And now, if you recall juror number 3's statement... What, me now? Yes, you. When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force in the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is... if Mr. Shamspear were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, would have done it to all the other rooms above, which would be the reason why Soseki's room upstairs has the gas going out, and that's how he feels like he's getting suffocated. Now, that'll be an interesting thing to find out whether he's doing this as an intentional thing or not. To try and find his way... Oh, to try and find his way maybe into the room that Soseki is in. Because this was the room of this guy, this Crim Selden. And apparently I think he said as well that this guy had been hiding like some of his like things that this guy has been stolen, maybe in that room. And then he was hiding it under the floorboard in that same room, hid this newspaper clipping in there to not let anybody else in on the potential of there being treasure. That could be an interesting way this case goes, if it of course goes that way. But yeah, if Mr. Shamspear were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will. Crikey!
Are you suggesting that the man purposely caused the gas to...
Objection!
Objection! I want to have a drink. Whilst I acknowledge the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Fengix?
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints, clearly that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But it's an exciting new forensic technique, developed by a great detective.
It's nothing! A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. Ah!
Certainly. Even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But hold it! Please, my lord, if I may.
Miss Susano!
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene, as a tool by which to explain the possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And, if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree.
Hold it!
Oh, you're right!
Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
Juror number 3!
Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sounds absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady outer fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Bingo.
1, 2.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy!
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to make a promise.
No, wait! You heard his lordship! It's not fair to take him evidence!
Too late!
Oh, well done, Miss Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Miss Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Miss Susato. But I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Why, Mr. Shamspear, you seem to be losing your composure. That's not very high Shakespearean actorish of you.
Just one more jury, Miss Naruhodo. You can do it.
Very well. Continue, counsel.
Having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. So yep, y'all have changed your mind. Cost a fortune around. It cost a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Yes, I'll give that in a moment because we don't need to do that then. costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Could we refute that? Not with anything there. We had a check of all the gas meter stuffs and... But oh, there, that makes sense to me. Oh, wait. The team my wife set up for me is a little sketchy at times. Yeah, we already proved that that was because she was adding salt to the thing. I don't know, does it require like another press just to make sure that I've got everybody's details? All the evidence, you say? That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing to that Japanese man with the big mustache. Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache, but okay, right, you're saying the same things. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events of the night in question. What do you make of that? What? Your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Well, yes, I won't deny that it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides... Yes? Even if the fellow had been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he's got to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? Oh. If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. No, wait! Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohort can, that is. Just leave her nationality out of this, please.
Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamspeare really did blow in the gas pipe on the night in question? Can't prove it. Can present evidence for it. Or have supporting testimony. So back it up with one of the other jurors. The soap is looking at me with one hollow 2-centimeter wide eye.
How poetic, Mr. Naruhodo. All the literary references we've been hearing are starting to rub off, I think.
Really? Whoever would have thought of using this depression to make coins of ice?
It was clearly one of those ice coins that was used in the syrup when we first found it, wasn't it? Although, it was a sort of reddish color, I seem to remember.
It's wild, and I'm unsure it's what the game wants me to believe. But the hole... But where the connector goes into the gas lamp here from... Is that also a 2 centimeter wide hole. If it is 2 centimeter wide hole, it would explain how he's able to make the molds into the soap in the first place. As I said, it's a wild theory. It's so wild that I think I need to confidence save and make it so. So I don't think you'd want to use... Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to use it to... Use the open end of the pipe that's still got gas flowing through it, because that's just that's a surefire way to let gas into the room. You'd want to at least lower the pressure in the valve in that pipe to ensure that not much gas comes out while you are using the bar of or using the end of the pipe, the mouth of the pipe, as a way to cut out a mold to make a coin-shaped depression that you can make fake coins with to then use in the coin machine to steal the gas without paying for it. It's so wild, but I think it may be that. Naturally, I can provide evidence to support the defense's position. Very well. You will present the evidence now, Counsel. The evidence in support of your claim that the victim blew down the gas pipe on the night in question. Let's just check everything else first. Like I said, this is super, super wild. But if I'm on the money here... Oh my days, if I'm on the money here, in 3, 2, 1...
Take that!
I was not on the money, I don't think. Well, Mr. Foreman, what do you say to that? Oh, yes, it's evidence, all right. No question about it. Evidently, this right little lawyer thinks he can make a fool of us all. It was a stretch. It definitely was a stretch, yes. You are the man, Counsel. Don't get too big for your boots.
Are you getting too big for your boots, do you think, Mr. Naruto?
Oh, not likely. In fact, I wish they'd swallow me up whole at the moment. It looks like I need to take another attack here. I'm with the Summation Examination Council. Right. So... It's... maybe not a piece of evidence. Maybe there's a... Maybe somebody's testimony is to do with it, actually. But what testimonies would that be in the certain and for surely? I gotta run through everything here. I still maintain that maybe that's how the molds exist in the first place, is that he ended up using the ends of the pipes to cut out his soap depression. Cut out his depressions in his soap with. Not in the meter even, no. I am putting this in my... Trying to throw this all the way through my head here. Got it. Got it, actually. Definitely got it now, I think. I was too wild in my thinking. I should have thought way simpler. Natsume has the testimony about his own gas problems, how he goes to bed every night with the stove lit, but at some point during a night, that fire goes out, and thus the gas starts going into his room. So that is full-on evidence that people are blowing down the pipes in such a way to extinguish all of the stoves and gas lamps and whatnot. I was thinking way too far off-field, yeah? But, okay. No. In truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it. What's that? Testimony? Oh, this is incredible! Whose testimony? Yeah. Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garda residence that night. Namely, our very esteemed author friend here, Wababooey.
Take that!
Take that! Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself. The defendant? At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! Even on that fateful night, it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed to bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me!
And that someone trying to kill him is actually gas going up to suffocate him, and suffocate him just enough for him to awake before being totally asphyxiated. So there you go. On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not? Good golly! So that Shamspeare fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose? Now hold your horses there. What would he do that for? Mr. Foreman! What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. It's a transformer. Ah! Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Yay!
That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned their decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. As the defense has rightfully indicated, a summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty. 4 now called not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shamspeare! Oh, my lord! How can thy humble Shamspeare serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination? So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe. But your handprints have made a tidy mess all over the wall there. How'd you explain that, eh? My leg! I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5. Me? As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in the British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture.
You would all do well to remember that. Objection! But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shanspier's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there... Objection! What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Yeah. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if the poison were to have been spread by the pipe, or spread on the pipe, rather, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. Ah! Okay, I didn't think of that.
In any case, Counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated a man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of, and that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
Murder? Order! Counsel! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler, now that we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shanspier wanted to end the life of Mr. Natsume and get into his room for potentials of treasure rings and whatnot, maybe. Take that! Take that! If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around these parts myself, so I know what that's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You freeze to death in no time. Yep. Mr. Garadev, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shanspier was trying to end.
Outrageous!
Not so. I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious! But we're getting there, though.
Objection!
Objection! The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. What? How can you still claim that? Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there? Ah. So who did put it there? We will find maybe some more as we have time to run our one more break of today's stream so that we can rest up our bones and have a break as necessary. And yeah, we'll go do that now. So we'll find out after this short intermission what will further be said. If you're in the Twitch stream, it is going to be time to have that break now, so we'll go and do that for you now. But if you're watching in YouTube land, of course, we will have no break because I'll have cut all that out. No worries at all for you. But if you do want to have a pause and go do some important things and come back later, you are more than welcome to. Taking care of yourself is very important at the end of the day. So yeah, with all that said, I shall return to you in a few minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. Right, welcome in again. It's time to see some more and figure out what indeed is the source of any potential poison and who put it all there. Because that's what they're having beef about here. Welcome back to people in the stream, either in Twitch land or in YouTube land. If you are liking what you see, then yeah, hope you're enjoying it.
Do let me know if you would like to, through whatever means you have. If you're in Twitch, you can always let me know in chat, or by even more good ways if you like. If you're in YouTube land watching this right now, you can always leave a like and comment. If you want to subscribe and hit the bell too, that would be super, super awesome. Would be appreciated. But yeah, okay. So who did put the poison there? Who put the poison in the gas pipes? Who, me? Yes, you. Could it be, then? Who? The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs? You mean to suggest? Naturally. The sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Ah! Whatever William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend? Oh, we stepped in the proverbial now. How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond! Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again! And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So we must name the person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
You mean, name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
Yes, it happens. One possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison... It's all pointing to a particular person now. The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. No, what? No, oh no, don't you worry. We're going to... Ah! Objection! There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime. The true culprit? A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. I think Van Zieks just has tea for literally everybody out here. None of that, what is it? None of that fair treatment of anybody. In fact, it's the fairest of treatment because everybody gets a rollicking from this guy. Wow. But why not?
This farce has gone on for so long already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime?
Like, are we not allowed to look at evidence then? I guess then we've got to think of it. I guess then we've got to think all about it. Like, no, there is no way. The love of Miss Green's life, who sadly passed away a month ago as a result of gas poisoning. And did they not say... My mind's gonna be going blank here, but did they not say that this guy was the tenant prior to Mr. Natsume? Because if that so be the case, then... Then if Olive could have had a suspicion about the way that the gas works and potentially could cause accidents to happen by blowing into pipes and shutting it off on places in the building. Oh, and that could also be like what she was on the way to find out about at that meeting she got the card for, to say, like, visit this place at so and so a time and then I'll lay out the truth for you. All will be revealed then. So maybe she had her suspicions all this time. So how could she have found her way into the place there? But yeah, she's the only one who really would have the suspicion, because I don't imagine, no. Like, he just wants to have as happy a tenant as possible in his dingy, very cheap room that has gas problems because people blow into pipes all the time and cut them off. But Duncan Ross, being the love interest and future and fiance of Olive Green at this point, he carks it by gas poisoning. She may know or may have an inkling as to how gas poisoning could have occurred in that room. She was probably on her way to that secret meeting to say, or to get new information revealed about it, or maybe like have the truth revealed at last, and she can finally get like the right thing she wants to pin it on somebody and get them done away, or take the ulterior motive and go with it herself. You know, take vigilantism into her own hands, maybe. This could very well be it. Did I confidence save? I'm gonna do it again just in case I didn't. I mean, I think I did, because I saw the time. I saw the timestamp, but I think I did it already. Can't have to do it again, though. But yeah. This girl is like, you killed my fiancé. Or maybe you are responsible for the death of my fiancé. And as such, I want blood.
Take that!
The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mrs. Shamspeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard the name in recent past, Council, but I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, of course, yes! Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
And I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still.
My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious! She had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
Ah, my lord, pray what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
Huh? No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look of Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
Very well. I grant the request.
Excellent. I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I fear the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned. Hammer down. I like it when I put hammer down, I know, yes.
To be continued. Bloomin' heck. Right then, I am aware we have just not too long ago had the break. In this last 15 minutes as such, we'll do just a tidums of this more. Probably until they call us back in after the recess. I think we'll go to. So yeah. 23rd of February at 11:32 AM in the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
Joyful, jubilant, jumping jacks!
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I am so pleased for you.
Locum student Miss Naruhodo Esquire, and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquiress. Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent, and proof that my tea is innocent.
Ah, good morning, my dear fellows.
Where were you? Ah, Herlock Soames! May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent!
I thought the tea was innocent.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came! Oh, how wonderful. But you're late.
Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not?
Oh, yes.
And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well,
Is that not an astute insight into the matter?
Oh, yes.
Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. Hide and sleep a wink all night. And the results? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness. Shocking. And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Yeah, I think most of us probably knew that already. What others presuppose, I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Oh yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this?
Oh!
Yeah, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder Mr. Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine. So I was right. Perhaps. Though of course such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Yeah, I wasn't planning to, but I now have a bottle of poison in my court record, found in the possession of Miss Green with traces of the slow-acting poison strychnine inside. Could I have a word? Could I have a word? Grex, how good of you to come. Forget it. Excuse me. Wait a minute, Inspector! I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From looking at your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself. My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Oh, do you have the results, Inspector? Of the investigation in Mr. Shamsier's room?
Not yet. It shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamsier's room?
A man by the name of... Oh, yes! Selden!
I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in here that... well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What?
I've copied out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you! The file on the capital offenders, thingamabob. The file about the convicted criminal Selden that includes a newspaper article about him dying of illness in prison.
I have it now! Okay!
We'll see if that's useful.
These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mrs. Shamsier's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Into the trash it goes!
So why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful!
Indeed, my dear fellows, and the Inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe? Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all, or used to open any cave of wonders. Definitely not. Yeah, I'm gonna go now, thanks. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. No dulling off at all. Certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'll see if I can hold you to that. I am rather tired of seeing Mr. Moustache in floods of tears, personally. So, the best of luck to you.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Squad!
Yes, Mr. Natsume?
It's time, isn't it?
Yeah,
This is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspear. This is going to be the final battle. I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to. But unfortunately, I fear you may have to do it the next time that we start this up. I am getting to a point where I should think about the bedtime, unfortunately. But lo, when we come back, if we can do a save at this point, that we can indeed. The finale of this particular episode, I think, is definitely happening the next time we load this up and give it a good old chin wagon a go.
But yeah, brilliant stuff.
I am very excited to find the conclusion to this and what happens afterwards. We'll finally get our whomsoever sucking on pipes and whatnot and doing whatever else, and we'll get our true mystery at the end of the day, I'm sure. Looking forward to it. But for now, we must leave at this point here. I know it's high tension. It's high tension and I want to carry on going, but unfortunately, as Shom said, a good night's sleep is very important, and I've been lacking in those recently, so I'm going to go take one of those. But yeah, I hope that everybody has enjoyed their time hanging out with me today. I hope I've improved your day. If I have, then yay! That's what I like to do, and hopefully I get a chance to do it again for you very, very soon. Twitchland people, thank you for joining in the live stream. Reminder that this VOD will be live on our Laura Petal VOD YouTube channel a week from the broadcast date. So do check out the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And a reminder for people in YouTubers land as well, if you'd like to tune in for the live streams of these happening, there may very well be one going on right now, or at the very least, you could go over and check out their Twitch channel. I am over there. Just look for Laura Petal over there. You should be able to find my neck of the woods. I've got my name plastered pretty much all over the shop. Check out the links in the description of the video as well for the Twitch link and literally all of the places that you can find me on, essentially. You can get them there. And again, I certainly hope you've enjoyed sticking around to the end of this video. Thank you if you have done so. And again, if I have improved your day, if I've made you smile, made you happy, or made you laugh, whatever. But if I've made your day better for this video, you can feel free to let me know if you enjoyed it. Leave your likes and comments down below as per usual. If you want to subscribe and hit the bell too, would be an awesome thing for you to do. And if you're not already following me over on Twitch, you feel free to do that as well. I'd much love it if you joined us over there for a few. And yeah, whenever we see each other next, maybe then I will not be in PNG tuber form. I will feel good enough to put my face on camera back again. But yeah, we'll see, because the Japanese wet season is upon us, and with that wetness comes a lot of humidity. So if you see my PNG tuber a lot more often in the next few videos, then you're probably going to understand why then in that regard. But nonetheless, in whatever capacity, wherever and whenever it may be, I hope that we cross paths again. And when we do, I hope that I can make your day better once again. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of you non-binary fandoms in between, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope that you stay and stay awesome. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever your plans are following on from this. Maybe with the next video, if it's ready or waiting, or with whatever else you've got ready. I just hope that you take care of yourselves, everyone, and hopefully I'll be seeing you in the next video, whenever that may be. Have a good day, take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye!